10 days with no phone. This is what I've been doing so far. This has been one of the greatest decisions I've ever taken in my life, and I don't plan to change it. Hey everyone, my name is Wael. So for those who don't know me, I'm on a mission to help young men between 18 and 25 usually achieve their goals through productivity systems and get into the right directions by having clarity toward their goals. Now, it is kind of contradictory since I'm filming this video with an iPhone 16 and I'm saying that I'm not using any phone. I'm actually only using the iPhone 16 just to record video, so my phone is constantly in airplane mode, and the only reason why when I go out I keep it with me is just to pass my payments, with Apple Pay. But other than that, 99% of the time I'm using this. That's a Nokia 106. And the thing with this is that there has been a problem with self-improvement. I've always tried to be disciplined. I've always tried to stay consistent. By the way, guys, the view is really, really good. Like chilling in the nature. I really like that. But anyway, I've always been that guy trying to be disciplined, trying to work toward my goals, try to go to the gym every day, try to do so many things. But the problem with that is that I had this resistance holding me back. One of the main triggers that would not allow me to stay consistent, one of the main triggers that would hold me back to waste so much time, spend hours wasting time, was actually my phone. At the beginning, before doing this challenge, I was like, am I doing something right? Because everybody's just on their phone like this, and just me not having a phone was like, I felt really, really weird. The first day or two, it didn't feel really right. But then I had certain urges that came in, urges to go to Instagram, urges to go to YouTube, urges to do things. But I would always go to a library and lock my phone in my room. So I'm only getting it out if I have to make payments, but I never take my phone out if it's not a payment or to record a YouTube video. And if there is an important call, I'm using this Nokia, which by the way, really good. Sometimes when I get bored, I can play Snake. It's actually pretty fun. But when I'm in the library, I'm on my laptop. I don't have my phone on me. I want to scroll so bad. I want to be lazy. I want to do whatever. I cannot do it. You see, I have the urges. I have to actually face the urges and still keep on doing the work, If I'm at the gym, I want to scroll on Instagram while I'm doing my rest. I cannot do that. And the first days felt so good. So bad, sorry. Because I had the urges. I had this reflex, of just checking my pockets to see whether my phone is in or not. But now, as the time goes, I'm less and less dependent of my phone. And as I get less and less dependent, I can see the world as it is. I can see the reality. I can see people around me. I can get closer to reality, because my reality, my paradigm, the way I would see and understand the world, was actually 80% on my phone. The things I would consume on my phone, on social media, the conversations I would have with other people, so many variables. But right now, when I can go more and more, have more walks without my phone, see the world as it is, talk to more people. Since if I need something, I have to talk to more people. If I have to get work done, obviously, it completely changed my mind. It completely changed my life, because when you have no choice but when you just have a laptop in front of you, you don't have a phone, you don't have anything, and the only thing you can do is work, because I don't have anything in my laptop. I always log out through YouTube. The only thing you want to do is work. Maybe the problem actually in our generation, we're so trying to be disciplined. We're trying to be, for my personal experience, I'm trying. How about not trying? How about just leaving things as they are? And what I mean by that is, excuse me guys, anyway, you're trying to be disciplined, you're trying to do things, but rather, I would say rather than trying to be disciplined, how about we remove the things that are holding us back from being disciplined? Because my main trigger was my phone. I would work a couple of hours and then get on my phone, scroll for like 30 minutes, and in that scrolling, half of my energy is already gone. So I would just get demotivated and be like, well, you know what, I already scrolled a little bit, so I'm just gonna keep the work for tomorrow. I would wake up in the morning, the first thing I would do is just open my phone and start scrolling. Now that when I wake up, I have my alarm in my Nokia, I don't really need to scroll, you know? I have to wake up, I think about washing my face, to having a shower, instantly going to the gym. I wake up at 6:30 every day. Even in my sleeping, by the way, now I'm sleeping, I would go sleep because I want to go sleep. I don't go sleep like scrolling for 2 hours and then I sleep like this. I don't know if it happens to you guys, but you would spend so much time on your phone in your bed until you just sleep. Sometimes I would even keep my phone open while I'm sleeping because I would be so addicted. I have to watch another video before sleeping. I have to watch another Netflix movie before sleeping. I have to watch another thing before sleeping. But right now I'm sleeping because I'm tired. When I get tired, my body sends me signals and I just respond to those signals by just getting to bed and sleeping. The same thing with work. Work feels so much easier when you don't have distractions around you. I was listening to a podcast of Alex Hormozy a couple of months ago. He was talking about, I think that was his dad, or I don't really remember, but he talked about a specific person. Whenever he needed to work, he would spend the first 6 hours of the day locked in a room, no phone, nothing. I think he was talking about a reader, an author. He just has a piece of paper and a pen for 6 hours. And if he gets bored, he can just sleep. If you're actually tired, why would you give yourself even more tired tasks? Why would you give your eyes blue lights? Maybe you're not tired, you're just asking for dopamine, which is not really you being tired. And I completely understand your situations if it's a struggle for you. I mean, that was hard for me the first day to completely leave out social media, you know. You feel like you're decreasing your likelihood of survivals from a biological perspective because you're talking to less people. You're gonna scroll less. You're not in the group, you know. You're not in the social media group. You're not in all of these things group. And by the way, don't get me wrong. If you have a business or you have to talk to specific people on social media, I completely understand. But the fact that you leave your phone next to you when you gotta do the work, when you gotta do this, when you gotta go to the gym, actually holds you back from your potential. And I think the best thing we can do, the bare minimum we can do, would be not lie to yourself. For me personally, phone was the biggest struggle in my life. I feel more confident. I spend 10 hours a day working. You know what? I spend those 10 hours a day working. I don't even struggle. I don't even struggle when I'm working. I don't have any distractions because I have more clarity toward my goal and all my energy is put in toward this goal. I always thought I had a problem with discipline, I had a problem with clarity, I had a problem with so many stuff. The only problem was that I was keeping the bad stuff holding me back from achieving that goal. Maybe you have another addiction problem, maybe this is not your phone. But rather than trying to achieve a goal, I would say to myself from now on, how to avoid not achieving this goal. So rather than getting, for example, that's a religious example. I would say rather than trying to get to heaven, I'm gonna try to not get to hell. Rather than seeing the things that would get me to heaven, I'll see how to not get to hell. What are the things I must avoid to not get to hell? And that's pretty much the same thing. Rather than achieving this goal, what are the things that will not get me to that goal? rather than seeing how to be successful, it truly depends on what you're looking for. Some people are just looking for peace. That's their success. Peace and good friends. Some people want to make billions. I don't know. There are different meanings of success. It truly depends on you. This is your own definition. It is a subjective word. But I will see how to avoid not being successful. What are the things that would hold me back? And for my perspective, for my context, the thing that was holding me back from achieving my goals was my phone. I don't know how long it's gonna be this way, because at a certain point, I'm building certain stuff on the side. So I'm planning on building an AI agency. I'm only saying this to YouTube. So I may need in the future, when I have the CRM set up and talking to customers, I may need my phone. But when I'm doing the work, when I'm spending the first 4 hours a day working, I don't have my phone next to me. When I'm doing product development, I don't have my phone next to me. When I have maybe after 8 p.m., I don't have my phone next to me. I would put specific rules toward myself. And there's no fear of missing out, honestly. Maybe the main objection that would come in is, yeah, I'm gonna talk less and less to my friends. I'm gonna spend less time with my friends. They're gonna do certain stuff. I'm gonna miss out on this concert. Well, you know what? If they were actually friends, they would completely understand your situation. They would completely understand that you're trying to achieve your goals, but there are certain things holding you back. If my friend is making a decision that will only get him better, why would I complain? Why would I draw him back? If he's certain that this thing is gonna help him positively and give him a positive impact toward his life. So maybe your problem would actually be to get positive friends that would help you, because my friends are completely fine with this situation. I personally got myself a Nokia with no applications, just so I can get on calls. I can call my mom, I can call my family, I can call my close friends, I can call people that would help me in my business, for example. But I just feel like I'm getting less owned. That's the If there's one summary I would make on this video, is that I'm feeling less and less owned. Without my phone, I feel like I'm actually taking more decisions toward my life. I'm less and less chasing certain stuff that are extrinsic rather than intrinsic. And I'm just feeling like the time is, it is not just from a discipline. Fuck discipline for a second. Let's put discipline aside for a second. When it comes to life, I feel like I'm living the moment more and more. I feel like life is slowing down. I don't know if you noticed, but life is feeling kind of too fast right now. And since I removed my phone, I would go to nature, just live the moment. I don't want to be a monk. I'm not looking myself to be I'm not looking for being a monk or being like, those philosophical guys. But I just feel like I'm living the moment and the little things. I have more attention to details toward the small things. I can finally hear the birds again. I was like, oh shoot, I'm listening to the birds. I look at the small details. When I'm interacting with people, I'm not interacting with them while thinking about something else. I'm interacting with them and I see their hand gestures. I see the way they speak. I have more eye contact with them. It feels so good. And I'm living the actual moment. And I think that's the point of life. If you're going too fast with those phones, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this when you're gonna be 60 or 70. Now, I might be wrong. Maybe you're completely fine in your life. You don't have any addiction. You can completely control it. But for the most case, we're going toward the generation that is not really living the moment. We have higher standards. We're not looking for things that would actually make us happy. But yeah, overall, guys, I have been working 10 plus hours a day. I have more clarity toward my goals. When I have urges, I can learn how to control them now. And it has just been 10 days. Within just 10 days, I have seen the crazy results. People around me, I just see them toward their phone, just scrolling like this, head down. I'm actually living the moment. I would highly suggest you to just try it out by yourself. You can either buy a not a low quality phone, but a phone with no application, or while you're doing your work, while you're maybe studying, probably people studying are watching my videos right now, keep your phone in your room or your car, lock it, do not touch it for at least 4 hours a day. You're gonna feel urges, you're not gonna feel really good the first couple of days, but over time, you're gonna see that your focus has been increasing and things are getting more and more towards your way. Finally, look at the highest thing that is holding you back toward your life, the biggest thing that is holding you back from getting that goal. Maybe it is not that hard to achieve that specific goal that you're looking for. Maybe that would be a quantitative or qualitative goal. I don't know, it is up to you, but maybe it is not that difficult. It is just the fact that you have bad habits slash certain stuff that are dragging you down from getting to that goals. And if you get rid of those things, at least the biggest one, things may be better on your way. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Love you all. Peace out.